Hey guys, feels like we were just here. Well, we're back with another Arc Warlock build. I watched the video as I was watching it. I realized that the build wasn't up to snuff, so I'm giving you a true super spam build this time. Got some better armor sets, got some better ideas, figured out a few things. So now we're back. We're coming in with the part two on this. So with this build, we are rocking again Stormdancer's Brace, but the biggest upgrade we got this time, one of the biggest upgrades I should say, is this 4-piece Iron Banner set. You need to get on this right now because Iron Banner just came back today, or I believe it came back today. I was at work. And this allows you to get a super refund on if you get kills while in your super. This pairs perfectly with Storm Trance, especially in harder content, like GM content, where a lot of chunky things are floating around. A lot of higher tier enemies. So you're able to really just fly through content with mostly with just your super. This build's really, really fun, and it's really easy to put together, I'd say, but I don't mind Iron Banner. Um, well, let's start off by looking at the mods. So for the mods, I'm running one kinetic siphon. You'll see why in a minute. Ashes to assets, because we're going to be using the Arc Soul. Same thing with two copies of Firepower, just for some more orb gen. Bolstering Detonation, just to help get your class back a little bit faster. The chest mods, kind of run whatever you want. I like running these resist mods purely just because swapping my resist mods for every new piece of content is kind of annoying to me. And then I like to run an ammo generation just to be topped off on my ammo. I'm also running two kinetic weapon surges. Again, you'll see why in a moment. And then better already, just because health regen isn't something Arc does amazingly well. So just helping with that a little bit. And as for the class item, the usual, running Reaper, Time Dilation, and Powerful Attraction. With the stats, you can see that I'm running super heavy into Grenade and Super. With a little smidgen in class, just so I can get, my Rift back a little bit faster, so I have that on the main heal. And then I always like trying to sneak in as much weapon set as I can with all my builds. I just like having a high weapon set, so it doesn't feel like my weapons are wet noodles. For the artifact, we're running Dielectric. Defeating an arc debuff target grants bolt charge. Rapidly defeating debuffed arc debuff target spawns an orb of power and heals a small amount. This is actually really good with Arc. Like I was just saying before, Arc doesn't have any natural healing besides aspects like Knockout, but obviously we're on Warlock. We don't get access to Knockout. Next, we're running Photonic Flare. Defeating an exhausted or severed target with Arc damage releases a blinding burst. We're not really taking a ton of use out of this. I'm sure there could be a way running a Strand Heavy or something of the nature, but I just kind of like it just in case for those off chances. Elemental Siphon. This is what's giving us as much super as we're getting. Final blows with kinetic weapon or weapon matching your equipped super creates an elemental pickup that matches your equipped super. And elemental pickups grant matching super energy when they're collected. This is really what's feeding the build, that and the weapon that we'll get to in just a moment. We're also running Flashover for easy amplified. Gold from lead. I just like running it. Just for extra heavy ammo, almost never really occurs. Particle Reconstruction, just kind of because I don't have a better in slot at the moment. I can't think of a better spot, and I did pick up a nice fusion from Iron Banner. And then Limitbreak. This is also nice. You get some extra super damage while casting it while you have an elemental buff, which could be, I think, bolt charge counts, but definitely amplified does count. So getting that extra super damage. The main star of this build is definitely the Kvostov. This thing, for whatever reason, just feeds you super energy when it's bouncing off a ton of those enemies. It gets the ricocheting bullets up here, or there we go. With the intrinsic trait, every 7 bullet from this weapon ricochets to nearby targets. This thing, for whatever reason, is becoming a super generating monster. At least when I'm running it in Lawless Frontier, because there's always a ton of enemies, and it just constantly bouncing those bullets back and forth, and you're getting a shit ton of super energy. And with the Catalyst, it's also giving you orbs, because it gets attrition orbs. Makes this build nuts. As for the subclass, of course, we're running Storm Trance, Healing Rift. You could run Empowering, but like I said, Arc, granted with our artifact and everything, you could run Empowering, but I would recommend just Healing. Whatever jump you want. I'm running Ball Lightning, purely because I don't like how Chain Lightning feels. I'm running Flux Grenade. That isn't particularly important to the build. You could really run any grenade. I'm just running it because it has a really low cooldown. And then we're running Arc Soul. So casting Rift gives you that little Arc Buddy. And this thing's nuts because it scales off of your grenade. Gives you a lot of jolt and a lot of Ionic traces in return. And we're also running Ionic Sentry, where getting any kills with arc or kinetic weapons builds up a meter and gives you your Ionic Sentry. Again, this scales off of your grenade stat, so it just gives you a ton of bolt charge, tons of jolt, tons of everything. And to finish off the build, we got our Fragments, we got Spark of Ions, more bolt, defeating a jolted target or defeating a target with bolt charge creates an Ionic Trace, really important. Again, for that elemental Siphon. Same thing here, Spark of Discharge, Arc Weapon, Final Blows have a chance to create an Ionic Trace. And the more important bit, collecting an Ionic Trace guarantees you a stack of Bolt Charge. This is really important because, again, that is how we're getting our Amplified. Well, one of the ways we're getting our Amplified, or that is the way we're getting our Amplified, is getting full stacks of Bolt Charge. So getting all those Ionic Traces is really important. The true star of the build is a Spark of Shock. Your Arc Grenades jolt targets. This goes for both your Arc Soul and your Ionic Sentry. So all of those grenades, also your Flux Grenade, which is one I'm using, of course. All of these will jolt targets, which in return creates an Ionic Sentry, or Ionic Trace, which, feeds back into everything. Gives you a ton of ability energy per Ionic Trace. And finally, Spark of Amplitude, just for tons of orb gen. When you're amplified, getting tons of kills. So, hopefully you guys give me a second chance with this part 2 on this video, and I hope I can prove myself with this. I'm sure this build's been done to death by tons of other people, but I just want to throw my 2 cents in with this nice little Storm Dancer's race. I've fallen in love with this exotic. It's just so fun to use, and I really hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you at the end. Bye. And today is the day we're waiting for. Just trust the process. There we go. Look at all that super energy rolling in. Look at all of it. It's beautiful. And I'm gonna rip super at the slightest inconvenience. And like right there, I didn't get that much value out of it, but look. With this build, if there's enough ads to keep your build rolling, you will. This build just tears apart content. Okay, we're waiting on another one to spawn. Look at all that super gem. Look at all of it. And it only scales the more enemies there are. It's nuts. Look at that. Infinite bounces. Okay. I'm not popping in very good spots. That's on me. That's on me, not the build. Promise. I mean, even then, look how fast I'm getting my super back. Damn, I go nuke that guy right now. Oh, monkey keeps moving. Jolt, more Jolt, bolt charge. Yeah, it looks a little goofy whenever you just walk around in your super though. Am I going the right way? I don't know. Oh, yes I am. This insane amounts of super gen. Look at this.
Solve with a lot of arc energy. Like a lot of arc energy. Hostile tracker is back online.
Tracker's lit. Another renegade's following you.
Ooh, my favorite. Where the enemies at? Where you at? Ooh. Look at that. 50% of my super. Just from killing a couple guys. Look at that. Look at that. I already have it back. lore accurate fucking warlocks. That's how this build feels. Look at that. I already got it back. Almost. And another one. Now, this isn't going to be amazing for like raids and stuff, but harder content where there's a good amount of higher end enemies where you can really get your abilities flowing back, you'll really be able to get this build working. This feels like the artifactoring or that artifact bug that was floating around, but just all the time. Huh. I didn't even know he was there. He was blended in. There it goes.
Think they learned their lesson?
I don't need to kill that guy for any reason. I'm gonna walk away from him. See what I'm about to do to this boss. Get up my 30 stacks. Look at that. Is it insane damage? No. But I mean, also look how fast I'm getting my super. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And I already got it back. Okay. This guy wants to go around and... Ah, no, he left. I didn't get a chance to slam him again. Well, I guess I didn't kill him the first time. I'm an alligator. Mama, mama, papa coming for you. I'm a space invader. For you. Okay, that was... Okay, come on. Get these guys out of here. Get my extra loot. Oh, damn. Ray guns to my head. Look at this. Look at that. Guess what I'm about to do. Skidoosh. Okay, I don't even gotta worry about the little guys running around. Arc. Jolts everywhere. Infinite. Yeah, that was probably a little overkill on my part. Something over here. Oh, this.
Let me know where to send your ride home.
Keep your enemies away from that cache.
Dispatching a hawk now. Let my kid know where to find you.
Just look how much super I'm getting back. Actually,
Just pop a squat for a minute. Mind if I skim a little of the top?
Normally it refunds like 50%. If I had gotten a couple more kills, I would have. A few of them disappeared. Because I'd already finished the... Like, look, I'm not even... Like, yeah, I wasted my super, but look. I've already got the fucking thing back. And I'm hurrying back. I mean, just... You guys have eyes. You can see how insane this is. Okay, that one doesn't... I'm not gonna count, because that was assisted by a Renegade's ability, but...
Your ride's here, Guardian. Clear a path and exfil safely.
One more for the road. Welcome back, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could like, comment, subscribe, do all the things down at the bottom, I'd greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the build, and see you around for the next one. Alright, peace.